Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, May 29th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and the NQ. Very quiet day again. SPY has its 7th smallest range of the year. This is a broken record. Our volume will be in the top 10, lightest volume again, unless they have a very big after hours. I don't think they will, which will make our 10th lightest volume of the year, just over 47 million. So pretty incredible, the ranges in volume this year. Just compared to last year, how small. And last year wasn't volatile. Another typical day where MGI opens in favor of one side and then they give it back. We gap lower in all three of our indices, only to fill the gaps and go trend up with lower value. Now, ES and NQ didn't hold those trend days up, but they did fill the gaps. Righty did not fill their gap. In fact, Righty is now down on both the daily and the weekly. So Righty goes out with it. We all just missed a perfect pot by one time frame. Now, ES was out of it early because they held single prints in B. But NQ and Righty had a chance until late when K missed getting it. So Righty ends with a gap. That holds. 12 wide POC. They did not get either side of the IB, and they're down on the weekly and the daily. NQ ends with a 12 wide POC. Did not get either overnight. Very close to the overnight low, but did not get it. ES ends 12 wide POC, poor high. SPY also has a poor high. What they did do, though, at least today, is defend the balance low on the daily and the weekly low to keep that up. Now, it's a short week, but 2 days into it, both ES and NQ have an inside week. Now, keep in mind, the way we closed yesterday, everybody thought the market was going to open and rip higher today. So just because M period flushed out late doesn't necessarily mean we'll gap lower or rip lower. Take it for what it's worth, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. That's why I go home flat, right? Go home flat and clear head, clear mind coming in. I can tell you this. I only traded NQ today, but boy, oh boy, whoever, not C period, but whoever faded G, H, I, J, K, L, and M, 6 time frames, boy, oh boy, did well. So, in fact, I told the room if we had made a new high in M, I would have looked to have faded it because I had a good feeling we would come back in and close down around the POC area. Well, never did it. I didn't do it, and boom, she flushed out. Almost took out both sides of the IB again, but we didn't. Again, actually, I did take a trade in ES. Pre-market, I thought we might front run the overnight low and right above, not far from the balance low, so I took a long. Now, we didn't front run the overnight low, but it went back up. I took it off for a small gain. After that, I started looking. Now, NQ failed to get the overnight low, so I had that in the back of my head all day, but I did short it in A period, both against the 144, and it had some decent ebb and flow. So they were moving decently and did okay on that. Then in B period, I took the long to pop A's high. Got paid on that one. C period, even though they filled single prints, the ebb and flow was decent for longs. And I actually took a long also when they filled the singles, which paid nicely. E period, same thing. It pulled back to the 144, got long. I thought we might get an afternoon pullback low. Now, again, I was sure to tell the room, look, we have lower value. The indices are against us. But we were raising POC. We didn't have the overnight low yet in NQ or the IB low. We just had the IB high. So, like, maybe we get a pullback. Well, regardless, I bought F and I got paid on that. I also faded G because I was like, I don't think we're going to go trend again. Now, I usually fade the extreme, which is a new high. I actually faded the edge that time and it did okay on it. And then, believe it or not, I longed I, K, and L and NQ and got paid on all of them because it kept hanging. Now, I put this in 3-tick increments. It kept hanging right around value low, half back. And one other thing that's very important to me. We never saw the opening since the opening. Now, I just noticed NES got the opening late in the day. But that's also important to me, and that's why I was taking those longs. But in the back of my head, we don't have an overnight, so I wasn't taking anything of any size whatsoever. I was taking just one lots throughout those time frames. But it ended up turning out to be a good day, even with just hitting singles. For the most part, singles and a double here or there. So as far as destinations, our upside in SPY will be our 12 wide Parker 526.70. And then, oh, wait a second. I apologize. Is that the POC? Yeah, 526.70. And then today's high, which is poor, of 527.31. For the downside, we have today's low of 525.37. In ES, our high is 98.25, which is poor. 12 wide at 91.75. And today's low of 78.75, which is 5 points above the balanced low on the daily and the weekly low to keep the weekly up. And then on the chart, so again, the weekly is up right now. Even though it's an inside week, that doesn't stop one-time framing yet. So we're one-time framing up, including this week, for 5 weeks right now. Are we in danger of taking out last week's low? Yeah, sure we are. We got within 60 cents of it, but we didn't yet. So we'll see. So for now, it's up. Same goes with NQ. They're in the same boat. And on the daily, we're balanced. It's a 10-day balance now, right? But it's all of Thursday's range. So we'll see. And NQ, again, I'm using Thursday's low, so I'm calling them a 4-day balance. Volume, again, absolutely putrid. Something that's going to have to... actually, we're up to 43 million shares, but I doubt we'll do another 5 million in the after hours. So I still think very good odds of being in the top 10 lightest volume. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.